Hey everyone, Jessica Coulter here, and today I want to talk to you about homeschool schedules. So if you are currently homeschooling, let me know by saying yes to homeschool in the comments, or maybe just hit that thumbs up or heart button for me, or like button, no matter if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, LinkedIn, wherever you might be. So I want to kind of give you some ideas on how to make homeschooling easier, at least when it comes to the schedule. So before we get into that, I just want to make sure you know who I am, in case you're just here to be here, which I appreciate, and you're kind of wondering who I am and why I know what I'm talking about. So again, my name, Jessica Coulter. I am the CEO and founder of Ace Cookie Tutoring. I tutor students as well as provide homeschooling lessons for children in the third grade and beyond. So I work with adults in grad school. That's kind of where I cap out at, and I don't go any younger than third grade. I do have some contractors that help me out with the younger ones. They have more experience than I do, so I let them handle the younger ones. And I have three specialties, so the ACT, as well as kind of test taking strategies in general, proofreading or essay writing in general, as well as middle school math. So I do, love to work with students, and I can definitely help them no matter if it's in person, online, small groups, one-on-one, whatever. So definitely have experience helping out on a variety of curriculums and learning styles. So when it comes to homeschooling, the most important thing I want you to realize when you're trying to figure out your schedule is be flexible. Like, that's the best thing about homeschooling. If you've got a kid that wakes up with a runny nose one day and you think, oh, okay, well, I guess this field trip's not happening, it doesn't have to happen. I mean, it was your decision when it's going to happen anyway. Or maybe you're working on some math with a kiddo and he's just getting plain frustrated, and you're getting frustrated because he's frustrated and it's just not going well. Well, instead of doing an hour of math that day, maybe you only do the 10 minutes and you try again later in the day, or you just spend some extra time on reading. Either way is just fine. So that would be my first tip for you when it comes to homeschooling and figuring out your schedule. If you want to change things up last minute, or change them day by day, or however works for you and your situation, your family, your kiddos, that is okay. So now, if on the other hand you're like me and kind of like having a stricter schedule, totally understandable. I do offer lessons online. They're small group homeschooling lessons. And if you're interested in checking those out, I do offer those for all of the core subjects. So English and social studies and science, math, all that good stuff. I do have a set schedule available on my website if you'd like to book a lesson with me. That link's in the description. It's acecookie-tutoring.com/book online. So I am working full time right now, so I know those times are throughout the day. So if you're interested, gladly talk to you, work out a better time for you. Just because I substitute, normally it's a day by day thing, but because of COVID, it's a little more structured right now. So now that, just giving you a little bit of idea on your schedule when it comes to flexibility. It's okay to be flexible. It's okay, to keep a schedule, whatever works for you. The second thing I want you to remember is that you've got to meet your state's required hours. So that is something, while you're being as flexible as you want, just know, unfortunately, you can't spend all day, every day, at the zoo, or all day, every day outside, just having fun. You've got to make sure you're meeting those hours for your state. So definitely those are available online. They're in my group, or I could even just send you the link that has each state's breakdowns for their laws and hours, all that good stuff. But I would suggest coming up with some kind of, again, schedule of what hours you expect to meet when. So what I mean by that is I do believe Missouri is right around 600 hours. I don't remember if that's by month or what it is. I think maybe year. Honestly, I don't remember. But something about 600. So I would suggest that you figure out how many hours total you need per month, as well as the breakdown. So kind of just do some simple math and divide it out. So okay, at the end of this month, I should have this many hours of this, this, and this, so many hours of this, this, and this on this month, and so forth. And then it's up to you, depending on how many hours you're going to commit to homeschooling a day. You might only need to check once a month. If you're not going to homeschool very often throughout the day, you're kind of take an easier, kind of more relaxed approach. Maybe you should check it week by week. because unfortunately, if you wait until 6 months in or closer to when the school year ends, and you realize you're 50 hours short on one particular subject, I don't think your kiddo and you are not going to be very happy if you have to try to figure out how to come up with that much science information or that much science learning in such a short amount of time. So definitely figure out how many hours are required for each subject, and then figure out kind of when you expect to get those hours done. So guys, I just kind of want to stop and check in. Are we enjoying the video? Are we learning something? If you are, great. Tap that like or heart button for me. And if you've got some tips you want to share with us about your homeschooling schedule, feel free to leave it in a comment below so that way other people can see it and learn from it. So let's see here. I've got one more tip for you on your homeschooling schedule. And that is to just remember, we're being flexible, but we're keeping aware of the hours we need to meet. And then finally, we are kind of thinking about each child's needs. So what I mean by this is, again, a great thing about homeschooling is you can meet your child where he or she is at. So, a couple different ways to approach this. First thing, so your child's a 4th grader, he can do everything at the 4th grade level except math. He is just struggling with some of those basic math facts. You can spend some extra time working on those and get him up to 4th grade math. Okay? Now, so say you've got some other kids at home, so maybe younger kids. I see all sorts of things online about people asking, what do I do with my toddlers while I'm working with an older child? Well, think about it this way. While it's fall right now, the leaves are starting to fall, it gets a little cooler outside, so maybe you want to spend more time outside. Well, take your kids outside, if there's 1 or 2, 3, 4, how many ever there are, go outside and, think about the science lesson you're going to do. And, your older child, maybe you want him or her to collect some leaves and then identify them. Maybe that's something you guys are doing as a project. Well, if you've got the younger kiddos, they're not maybe able to do that research. They're not able to go through the book that you might have found. They might not be able to go through the website you're looking at, but they can definitely gather leaves. So have your older child stay somewhere, close to the house or wherever. And as your younger kids bring those leaves to your older child, have him or her figure out what the leaves are while your younger ones are having a great time looking for leaves. And then you can kind of explain what type of leaf you're looking for. That could help them learn their shapes and kind of learn some words, and gives your older child a chance to have to practice some explanations, which could be another type of learning. You could do some kind of English if you wanted, or even reading. Those could count very easily towards that project. And last idea is an art project. So same thing, you've got younger kids, or maybe at this time, you got older kids and then one really younger kid. You're doing that art project. The older kids have to do something that relates to another subject. Maybe you just learned something in history, so they need to paint a map, or they need to draw, a character they read in the book, whatever. And then your younger kids, depending on how much younger, you could always just have them have fun. So definitely, guys, homeschooling is a great idea. It can be a lot of fun, and don't stress about the schedule. So definitely think of those 3 things we just talked about, and I know that it will help you out. And if you're looking for some more help with homeschooling, maybe you just know you're not going to be able to teach your kids 9th grade math. That is okay. I offer those lessons because you do always have the option to use a tutor like myself, or some kind of paid program, or some other kind of curriculum. So you are not alone, and homeschooling can be as easy or as difficult as you want it to be. So if you're looking for some help, looking for some kind of tutor-guided homeschool lessons, go to that link in the description. It is acecookietutoring.com/book online. So your 3rd grader through 12th grader can join my online Zoom homeschooling lessons and have a successful year, whether it's one class or all of the classes that I offer. So thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope to see you in a class soon.